Harmonizers, welcome to session 4 with my bay Mustang gelding. He still doesn't have a name because he's not ready for his number tag to come off. So still looking for name suggestion ideas. If you have any, definitely leave them in the comments for sure. So I'm going to show you what we've been working on today. I've got the lead rope attached to him. That was pretty uneventful, that was pretty easy. And then it's been a rather slow progress of working on touches and starting to do some leading. So I'll share a little bit of how I've been doing that. And he seems to be, he's got a bit of a kick response for his back legs. So I've been addressing that, pretty slowly, trying to be pretty careful with that. And it's been a little bit tricky because my little baby Evelyn is in the stroller on the other side of the fence there. And she keeps kind of crying every 5-10 minutes or so. So I have to keep leaving and coming back. So the joys of being a new mom, but making sure that she's okay. So it's been taking a little bit longer. I've been out here for probably 40 minutes already, but probably half of that has been, going out to go see my daughter and trying to get her settled and make her happy so she can sleep. So anyways, let's get at it and I'll show you what we've been up to here. So I gotta start with my positive reinforcement. So I usually take 2 handfuls of grass with me at a time just because it's easier for me to handle. So I ended up actually putting 2 lead ropes together just because I didn't have my 22-foot rope with me. And so I did that because he was too overwhelmed when I was close to him. So instead I stay a little bit further away. And then to ask him to come forward, I've been putting a little bit of pressure. And then trying to go on a bit of an angle to see if I can get him to come forward. And then when he steps forward, I give him a little bit of a release. There we go. Good. He's kind of looking at me funny, probably because I'm talking, and he's like, "Why are you talking now? I don't normally talk so loudly." There we go. Good boy. So after he comes a little bit of a ways, then I offer him a hand touch. Good boy. And then I offer him some positive reinforcement. So I'll just show you, I've been working on his left side for touches first. Not because there's a right or wrong for left or right, just because I'm starting on the left. And then when I do the right side, it will be kind of like starting from scratch again, because that's kind of how horses are. So I started off with just kind of on the neck area, and then I started progressing a little bit. So there goes my daughter again crying. So I'm going to see if I can make a little bit of progress with him here, and then I'll go over and I'll make sure she's okay, unless she stops crying. So with the legs, I just practiced kind of going up and down, trying to feel for when he was not ready, and then retreating a little bit or not, kind of respecting his thresholds a little bit. And then if I can feel that he seems to be okay, then going down. There we go, yes. And so when I get all the way down to the bottom, then offering him the positive reinforcement. My daughter seems to have stopped crying, so we're going to keep going. So that was the front end with the front leg. So now I'm going to try to show you progressing a little bit to touching his bum. So his bum was extremely flighty, and you might be able to see on the camera, you might not be able to, how he tenses his butt muscles. So when he does that, I just kind of wait for him. Come here. Out in the corner. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. So he's also been kind of spooked by this rope on the ground, so I've been trying to not baby him too much because I want him to get used to, like, I can move, the ropes can move, but I want to be careful that the rope doesn't drag on the opposite side of him and cause him to scare into me. That would not be good. Try to keep him off of the wall so that way you guys can see. Might be easier to just move the camera. Come here. I'm moving. So I won't release any pressure until he actually steps forward. So when he shuffles side to side but steps back, that's not what I'm looking for. There was a step forward, so that's where I'm going to do a little release of pressure. Take a moment to breathe. We'll ask him for another one. There we go. Good boy. Good. I've been working more on the touches more so than the leading. The leading gets him a little bit used to some of the giving to pressure, but I feel like the touches are where we're going to make the most progress in terms of his confidence with me. So I've been focusing more on that. So I'm just going to rotate the camera a little bit so you guys can see a bit better. I apologize for my camera skills here. All right, that should be a bit better. Yeah, bud. Good boy. So same thing here as what I did with the leg, is I started to work my way down and kind of feel in his back where he's getting tight and working myself back to his bum. So I don't know if you can see that, probably not, but he kind of tucks his bum just a little bit. Good boy, yes. So I know that's kind of hard to see, especially because he backed up and he turned there, but basically he kind of tightens his butt, and what I wait for is for him to be a little bit more relaxed and to accept the touch lower down. Come on. There, that was good. Good boy. So his back legs are pretty bad, but I haven't spent a lot of time on them. Like the butt is already really tight, and so I was just starting to get to his back legs a little bit, and I thought, oh, I'll show you guys this a little bit. But he's got a little bit of a kick response, and that's the defense thing. So I want to make sure that I protect myself by having the rope, because if he goes to really kick me, I can pull his head towards me, which will actually keep me safer. At the same time, I want to make sure he feels like he can leave, because horses have two responses to fear. One is to flight, the other is to fight. And most of the time horses will choose to run first and like fight second. So I want to make sure he feels like he can get away, because that's a better response than kicking. So we'll just work on his butt again. Stay. Good boy. Good boy, yes. So that was pretty good. When he backs up like that, I just back up slowly with him. I know now we're kind of in that spot where you can't really see that well again. I apologize for that. I don't really have control over that at this point. So we're going to give that another go. Good. And so that time I went down a little bit onto his leg there, so that was good, and he didn't do any kicking. We get a little bit more here. Good boy, yes. So when I'm doing this stuff, I have to really be paying attention, and I'm giving 100% of my focus to what I'm doing when I'm working on the sensitive area. Here, he's really good now, so I can kind of talk to you guys, and I don't have to be super focused. But when I'm going to that sensitive area, if I'm not careful, you know, I could get myself kicked, or I could really scare him, and we could leave some progress in the dust a little bit. So I'm going to do it again, and I'll go quiet again because I have to really focus and really be reading his body language. Good, yes. So that was a really good one. I was able to get my hand all the way down to his hock. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not going to push my luck on the back legs. I'll kind of chip away at them a little bit. So that's a lot of progress because he was like terrified of me on his butt. Sorry, I don't have footage of that where he was running away from me. And then touching the hock too, he was starting to threaten little kicks. So that was really good. So I'm going to try to do a little bit on the other side. And horses, because of the way their brain is, when you switch sides, it's almost like you have to train that side almost from scratch again. So we're probably going to see him be really skittish again. And it has nothing to do with, you know, the left side being easier on a horse or anything like that, but just whichever side you start with, you still have to train the other side. You can't assume that just because you did something on the left that it's going to be fine on the right. So I'm going to grab my handfuls of grass and we'll start some touches on the right side of him. And again, I'm choosing to work more on the touches today, more so than the leading, because I just think when he's more confident with me touching him and moving around him, then the leading will probably just get better by virtue of him being more relaxed around me. So this might be interesting, so we'll see how this goes. So from the front, I already know that I can touch him. He lets me go over both of his eyes. He already lets me do both of his ears. So I'll offer him some positive reinforcement. And then we're going to try to come on this side here a little bit. And we're just going to start just as slowly as I did on the other side. So I'm going to give 100% of my focus to what's going on here, and doing a little bit of approach and retreat with my hand and see if I can get a touch on the neck. Good boy, yes. So that was actually pretty good. I stayed, my body position stayed kind of in front of him, which ironically, he's actually more comfortable with me there. A lot of horses aren't always comfortable with you there, but for him, that's kind of a comfort spot. So I did my first touch while I stood where he was most comfortable. So that was on the neck, and now I'm going to try and see if I can move my body position more beside him. And that will be different for him. It will be a different angle out of his eye, so we'll see how he handles that. So I apologize we came out of frame there, but you got to see how scared he was. I had to hold the rope there pretty firmly because I'm trying to not teach him that he can pull the rope out of my hands. And we're not going to have any punishment or anything like that. I'm just going to pretend like nothing happened, and we're going to try it again. So I didn't do the neck touch there, I just got myself on that side of his body a little bit. So just trying to get him to accept me on that side. So we'll try that again. You can see how wary he is of that. He's not a big fan of me on that side, and that's what he was like on his left side as well. So I didn't film the left side just because I don't have anybody here to film for me today, and I was kind of going in and out a lot because of little Evelyn, so it was easier not to. So, but you're getting to see how I did it anyways by right now. Good boy. Okay. Good. So the other thing about using positive reinforcement is it lets me kind of see, is he able to eat the grass? If he's able to eat the grass, then I know that he's able to stay a little bit more in a thinking frame of mind. If he's not eating the grass, then I know that he's like truly petrified. And I know he is scared. Like I can feel in his body how tight he gets. I know he's not being bad. I know that he is genuinely scared. So I'll try again here. Good boy. Good boy. So I'll try that again one more time to show you guys, and then I'll end the video there just because I know we're moving around a whole lot and it's not the greatest filming angle for you guys. And it's already 9 p.m. at night and it's starting to get dark, so I'm going to have to choose wisely as to when I want to end this session because I want to keep it set up for success. So I think for me, if I can get him where I can just stand at his head on the right side, then that will set us up nicely leading into tomorrow, where hopefully we'll keep progressing. So I'll see if I can stand here. I'm going to offer the positive reinforcement on this side. So see how slow he was to take that grass? That lets us know just how scared he is. That he wasn't going right for it, that he had to kind of feel it on his lips a little bit and then was like, okay, fine, I'll take it. So I'll just try to stand here a little bit. So I'm keeping my hand on the one side of his face, just trying to block him from putting me on the left side. I apologize, it's not the best camera angle for you guys, but unfortunately not really anything I can do about it right now. So I'm just gonna stand here and breathe. Good boy. Yeah. Why are you so scared all the time? Yeah, why are you so scared all the time? No, we're staying on this side. Good boy. Good boy. Sorry, I'm getting a bit of a butt view there. You're okay, buddy. Oh. You're okay. Good boy. Good boy. So I'm not fully on this right side right now, but I'm rubbing that side, trying to get a little bit of comfort happening here. Good boy. I'm going to offer the food. There we go. So that way we only have the right eye looking at me. Good boy. Good. So that was pretty good. I apologize for the really rough filming, but I thought you'd like to see a little bit of session 4. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I want to thank you for watching. Remember to comment with any name ideas. He soon will be taking off that name, the number tag. I just want him more easy to catch and whatnot before I do that. I don't know, it's just kind of my thing that I like to do, is have them a little bit more like a partner before we take that off. So he's starting to get it, and trust me, but we still have a ways to go, don't we, buddy? All right. Remember to subscribe, like this video, and thank you so much if you made it to the end. All right, bye for now, guys.